Florida citrus growers. For uniquely satisfying refreshment, drink the Florida grapefruit. And the special teams drops the return man at the 35-yard line, where it will be first down and 10 for the Braves of Alcorn. Fred McNair is the quarterback, junior out of Mount Olive, Mississippi. Across the front, Wood, Scott, Miller, Harper, and White. The receivers, Perkins, Small, and Evans. And the backs are Jenkins, Gaines, and the quarterback is McNair. They work out of the I on first down and 10. Second man through. Shy of a first down by about a half a yard. Make it a yard. As we look across the front, defensively for Jackson State, Elsie, Moore, Taylor, and Busby. The linebackers we talked about, Connor, Young, and Jackson, the good ones. And the secondary of Primos, Miller, C.J. Manning, and Mike Wallace. Defensive line, 260 pounds across the front. Again, they give to Jarvis Jenkins, and he has the first down. Alcorn starting at their own 35. Is out across the 45 to the 47-yard line, first and 10. This game just underway. We're in the first quarter. From Jackson, Mississippi. 7-0 was the score a year ago in a game that was played in the rain, Lim, and they're glad it's not raining tonight.
Well, we certainly are, because of the cold weather. It would be freezing down there on the field. Good night for football, however.
This time on the option, the quarterback, Fred McNair, decides to keep it. Picks up maybe a yard to the 48-yard line. It'll be second down and 9. Busby on the stop defensively for Jackson State, junior out of Waynesboro, Mississippi.
This may be the first attempt for Aaron McNair to air it out. Second and 9 situation.
Small goes to the far side. Evans to the near side. And he is trying to go to the air, being chased by Jackson. Has it complete right across midfield at about the 46-yard line to T.D. Small on the reception.
Get a chance to see it again. Here he is, flanked out. Left side. Runs a good O-cut, a square out. Wasn't good for the necessary yardage for the first down. There's that left foot in bounds, right foot just out of bounds, but again,
they give it to him.
Yes, sir.
But it'll bring up a third down and 2. Right at the 45-yard line of Jackson State. Gains the up man in the I. Jenkins the second back. And the pitch to Jenkins. He is hit, and he picks up the first down. I believe the man who came up to hit him was Mike Wallace, the 60-minute man from his right corner position, number 46. No, he didn't get the first down. He ran him out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
Good option here. There's a fake, tossed out to Jenkins. Here's a hit on Wallace. Wallace is just a little low. That's what happened. The ball came out.
Okay.
Ball came out prior to him getting that first down marker. However, he did run over Wallace, but he didn't have the ball after he reached the first down marker, and they still come up a yard shy, bring up a 4th down and 1 punting situation.
And the punter for Alcorn, that's Kevin Coburn.
It's a good one.
And it's down.
No, they pushed it in. They pushed it in.
No, they're going to mark it at the 1, I believe. Lim, they're going to mark it at the 1-yard line. It's a 44-yard punt. So that's where Jackson State will go to work. First down and 10 at their own 1. Talking about having your backs against the wall. There's Sean Gregory, their quarterback. We talked about him last week. 4 for 28, 233 yards and a pair of touchdowns in their win over Northwestern Louisiana. And
they are
there's
bringing
the rest
it to
of
the
them.
20, Charlie. They are bringing it out.
They're going to bring it out to the 20. Okay.
Forward momentum pushed it into the end zone.
The offensive line of Leggett, Lockridge, Davis, Tim Brown, and Richard Wright averaged 292 up front. Heavy artillery is what they like to call themselves.
The B brothers in heavy artillery. Huh?
Ron Lewis, we talked about his receiving efforts of 59 receptions this year. And then there's Tim Barnett, and Darren Easterling is the tight end. John Gregory, a junior out of Steens, Mississippi. And they keep the ball on the ground straight ahead, and this time is Staten running the ball, number 33. He's just a freshman from Shibuya, Mississippi. As you look at the defense for the Braves of Alcorn, their line 245 up front. They have 8 seniors on their starting defensive unit. The linebackers, Robinson, Lyons, and Solomon. The secondary, Lewis, Taylor with 4 interceptions. Lewis has 4. Jimmy Thomas has 3, and Carroll has 1. So the secondary has done a job with the interceptions. It is second down. On the draw play. They keep it on the ground again with Staten. Staten to about the 20, well, they'll mark it just about the 26-yard line. It'll be third down and 4. 11:43 left in the first quarter. Vincent Carter defending. John Gregory wants to go to the air, has a complete to Ron Lewis, his 60th reception of the year. And he has the first down across the 35 to the 36-yard line before Gary Lewis, number 20.
The brothers, the Lewis brothers, there it is, great isolation here. Good bump and run, and Lewis, like all good receivers will do, sort of pushed off a little bit. Got out, ran an O-cut, necessary yardage. Here it is again, semi-roll out to his right. Good throw on the run, good reception. Reception covers the first down yardage. First and 10.
He came into the game with 842 yards receiving, needs 55 to move into second place. This is James Johnson, freshman out of Forest, Mississippi. It's kind of ironic. Last home game, Lem, for both of the, well, the last game for all practical purposes for both of these teams this year. Of course, the last home game for Jackson State, and 2 freshmen are starting in the backfield.
Tell you what, it's ironic. Good play defensively there.
Darryl Solomon
coming up to make a stop. Jackson had a pretty good sweep going there. Solomon did a great job warding off blockers and making a stop.
For a 1-yard gain, it'll be second down and 9.
Charlie, speaking of the freshmen, both teams have outstanding young players.
Gregory in trouble.
Out of trouble now. First down.
To midfield.
Both teams have an excellent core of young ball players, Charlie. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of them in this action tonight. Here's an isolation. A rollout.
12 yards. There's Benny Goods, number 90, chasing.
Here's Goods, had a great opportunity to sack Gregory in the backfield, but Gregory, having nimble feet, got out of it, skirted upfield for the necessary yardage right at midfield for first down.
So this drive started at their own 20. They're up to midfield, first down and 10. That is Jackson State with the ball. Play action again, out of the backfield. Here's Hall. Hall to the 40-yard line. Drop the ball, and a penalty marker is down.
Maybe illegal block by one of the receivers, even a pick. I'm pretty sure that it'll go against Jackson State's offensive unit.
A little flare pass out of the backfield to Hall, and it's going to be against Jackson State, which will nullify the 9-yard gain by Jimmy Hall, the sophomore out of Dallas, Texas. Third leading rusher in the SWAC.
It is, Charlie. It's a high percentage pass. It's a possession pass, actually. A little flip right up sideline there to Hall.
Pass interference. Offense. Lost it down.
So they're calling a pass interference. That's a 15-yard penalty back to the 35-yard line. And a loss.
I don't think he meant loss it down.
I don't think. Well, he's saying loss it down. Yep. Offensive pass interference. They penalized him and they lose it down.
This is the SWAC, all right.
Perfect. 2nd and 25. Offsides against the defense. One of the defensive ends jumped too soon, incomplete.
Send it to Barnett.
At the 45-yard line, Tim Barnett, the intended receiver. You're looking at him, and he wanted a flag.
Well, it was close, Charlie. Again, it was a free down for the offense of Jackson State University after Alcorn had.
We have a flag on the play.
Not a free down.
They had lost it down.
They had lost it down, but it was a free down to try and gain more yardage because Alcorn's defense had jumped offside. So
Offside.
it's a free down in that situation.
Second down.
So they'll move the ball up to the 40-yard line, and instead of 2nd and 25, it'll be 2nd and 20 at the 40-yard line. Paul Holly is our referee tonight. That's Victor Lyons, the senior out of Callaway High here in Jackson, Mississippi. Middle linebacker. Gregory wants to go to the air.
Great catch by Barnett.
Second effort. He was being hit as he went up by Deion Taylor, and he still managed to hold on to the ball, but it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 11 as the ball is back to the midfield stripe.
You look at great concentration here, Charlie. He's very well covered. Ball hits in right as the man hit, but look at the concentration as he's going down. Fine reception by Tim Barnett.
Actually, that was Howard Robinson, the linebacker, who made the hit on him, the junior out of Fort Worth, Texas. A young man who played receiver a year ago, playing linebacker this year.
Great athletes to be shipped everywhere, huh?
Everybody's moving.
Well, Canadian football.
Ron Lewis was 10 yards downfield. The defense was offsides. Now let's see if it's illegal procedure against the offense, and that's what it is. Jackson State is the most penalized team in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Not a statistic you're proud of.
Dead ball. Illegal procedure. Offense.
As you see that stat, they've been penalized 128 times for 1,187 yards. That's an average of 12 penalties and 118 yards a game, an average of 9.2 yards per penalty.
It's making a lot of offensive thrust.
Almost complete. Almost intercepted by Jimmy Thomas, senior from Birmingham, Alabama. Number 37.
Well, the intended receiver here is
Ron Lewis.
Outstanding receiver. Looked like he runs a deep post. Alcorn looks like they're playing a zone defense. There's a linebacker back, short and long, and there's the ball just overthrown to Lewis, and almost coming up with interception was Thomas.
And this will bring on Fred McRae, the leading punter in the SWAC. He had a 60-yarder against Bethune out of the Circle City Classic.
Not too fine a
Not
punt
a
here.
good one that time. And that one is not even 10 yards, is it?
No, it's not.
14 to be exact. Timeout. 7:57 remaining, first quarter.
Why is it, Lou, you come in here every morning and order a large orange juice?
I like orange juice.
Oh, really?
It's got potassium, vitamin C, lots of vitamin C.
Orange juice. It's got the vitamins, minerals, and taste that make you feel so good.
Come on, Lou. Isn't there another reason?
Well, I kind of like the company.
100% pure, Florida quality orange juice. It makes you feel so good.
Here, have another glass, Lou.
Thanks.
How hot can it get inside your car's engine? 570 degrees under extreme conditions. Take a leading motor oil. Take Mobil 1. Of course, Mobil 1 costs more. But under extreme conditions, when you see what can happen to conventional motor oil, it doesn't pay to play with fire. Mobil 1. Isn't your car worth the extra protection?
Only one oil finished #1 at the 1989 Indy 500. Mobil 1, the choice of champions.
Neal and Lem Barney in Jackson, Mississippi. Southwestern Athletic Conference matchup. Good crowd on hand here, and basically this is a battle for second place. But anytime Alcorn and Jackson get together, you know it's for bragging rights.
No question about it.
When you were Jackson, how many times did you beat Alcorn?
We split 2-2.
2-2?
2-2 with Alcorn, and I had pretty much a parity with win-losses with all the other teams except Grambling. I lost to them 4 years consecutively.
Theo Danzy has never beaten Jackson State. 3 years at Alcorn and 1 at Prairie View as a head coach back in '72. He is 0 for 4. And this is Jarvis Jenkins, second leading rusher in the SWAC. Came into the game with just under 7 yards per carry average, 9 touchdowns, 700 yards rushing for him this year. 723 if you look at that stat. Miller and Jock Jackson combined to make the stop. It is 2nd and 5 at the 46. Puts it in the belly of Gaines, pulls it out. McNair trying to run, breaks away, still on his feet, has a first down. But a flag is down, maybe holding. 2 flags are down.
Get a chance to see it again. Let's see if we can pick up the guilty culprit. Blocking had broken down. There it is. It's a face mask, an inadvertent face mask by a defensive lineman from Jackson State. And I'm sure they'll perhaps decline the penalty, or they're going to take the penalty, a 15-yarder.
Face mask, blue, 5 yards, first down.
Inadvertent face mask, and it's a first down anyhow on the run by the quarterback, but the attack on the 5 yards, and that'll move the ball all the way down to about the 38-yard line of Jackson State with 7:05 left in the first quarter. The stats on McNair as a rusher. Drop straight back. Great catch inside the 20-yard line by Torrance Small. At the 19, they'll mark it right at the 20. A leaping, diving catch by the sophomore from Tampa, Florida.
Charlie, here it is again. He had either receiver open to either the right side or the left side. He elected to go to Torrance Small, who makes an outstanding stretching dive catch for first down yardage inside the 20, mark at the 20-yard line for 1st and 10.
Right in front of Kenneth Primos. T.D. Small. 37 receptions coming in. In the middle, intercepted by Mike Wallace, who's out to the 12-yard line. That was close to interference.
I was about to say that. As partial as I am to defensive backs, it looked like it may have been just a little contact prior to the interception, but again, the referee ruled a degree of difficulty. Good play. Here it is. Mike is closing. Good job.
No, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, they're calling it a good interception, so I'm saying good job on it.
I don't think it was an interference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When you look at it.
Good turnover because Alcorn was on the move. Air McNair had started heating up.
And that's only the 4th interception he has thrown this year. Out of all the passes he's attempted, 177 coming into the game. And now they run the ball with James Johnson on the carry from the 12-yard line. That's where Jackson is going to work first down and 10. The freshman out of Forest, Mississippi, came into the game averaging 5.8 yards per carry, 361 total rushing yards. And last week, he rushed for 87 yards in their win over Northwestern Louisiana, or Northwestern State of Louisiana.
Yes, there's a lot of Northwestern.
They might have beaten Northwestern, too, the Big Ten Northwestern.
Yes.
5:40 left in the first quarter. Alcorn had driven down the field and was stopped. Here's Jimmy Hall, and not much running room for him as Sam Butler led the charge, senior out of Cleveland, Mississippi's East Side High, number 97 there.
Get a chance to see it again. Defense beat the offense to the charge. There you can see the defensive line, most of them on the other side of the line of scrimmage, which is the side defense should be played on. Fine run, virtually no gain at all. Bring up a 3rd down and 7.
At the 15-yard line. Back to pass. Good. Almost intercepted that time by Jimmy Thomas, as they were intended it for Ron Lewis.
Charlie, I tell you what, had Sean Gregory threw the pass on the spot. It may have been completed. Long was open for about 3 yards, and by the hesitation of Gregory, it allowed number 37, Thomas, to come over and knock down the pass.
And again, Fred McNair, who had only a 14-yard punt the last time, will be back to punt. He's standing at his own 2-yard line. And Alcorn has some dangerous punt returners.
He'll have a chance to return this one.
Deion Taylor. He has it at the 38. He's retreating, looking for a wall of blockers. Trying to get something going on the far sideline, and he gets it back to the 45-yard line. A 44-yard punt that time by Fred McNair, who came into the game averaging 41.8.
She's all ours. Going into business. Got something new. Gonna paint the town. Red, white, and blue. Coming through.
Nice place. How about some customers?
Ladies' night.
Great place, guys. Who did your decorating?
Chrysler New Yorker, 5th Avenue. Driving pretty, driving smart. Chrysler New Yorker, 5th Avenue is saying something all new, and it's all about comfort, style, and technology. And Chrysler's exclusive Crystal Key Owner program completes the package. The all-new Chrysler New Yorker, 5th Avenue.
Don't be alone. Just pick up the phone. Bust it. Jazz D. Let us let you in on the best way to meet a lady's friend. Just pick up the phone and dial it right now to meet the kind of ladies that make you get wild. Check out the real messages from the real gal and some lovely ladies who would be your pal. Once you pick up the phone, I bet you will find some love and romance on the love line. Call it now.
1-900-909-4600. $2 the first minute, 45 cents each edition.
To unlock your body's potential, we proudly offer SoloFlex. 24 old-fashioned iron pumping exercises, each correct in form and balance. All on a simple machine that fits in the corner of your home. For a free brochure, call anytime.
Charlie Neal, Lem Barney here in Jackson, Mississippi. And it's a 3rd down and 6 at the 13-yard line for Jackson State as we start the second quarter. No score between these two schools, Alcorn and Jackson. Complete, intended for Holloway. And the linebacker who got his hand up there for the Braves of Alcorn is Jared Stewart. As you look at first quarter stats, 6-2 in the first downs in favor of the Braves. In fact, Alcorn has done all the damage here, but they've had 2 turnovers who stall a couple of drives for them. So to bring up a 4th down situation, and for the 3rd time tonight, Fred McNair will punt it. He's had a 14-yarder, a 44-yarder.
Leading punter in the conference.
Jackson has not been able to take advantage of the turnovers. This one rolls inside the 45 to about the 43. And we'll be back. We're in Jackson. A 46-yard punt that time.
Miss JSU. Miss Gaines.
The Toyota Black Sports Trivia Question, brought to you by your Toyota dealer and their quality line of cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. Can you name the current New York Giants running back who broke?
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
When Toyota dominated the latest light-duty truck customer satisfaction ratings, some people weren't at all surprised. How does 4Runner rate in customer satisfaction?
Toyota's #1.
Toyota vans?
#1.
Toyota Land Cruiser?
#1.
Toyota pickups?
#1.
proving what we do for you, we do better than anyone else.
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Lewis Tillman rushed for 3,989 yards in his 4 years at Jackson State. He also ran for 1,474 yards in one season, another Jackson State record.
Lewis Tillman broke Walter Payton record. They got to say, oh, that must be a pretty good guy. And when you look at it like that, I'm really excited.
This sports trivia question has been brought to you by your Toyota dealer and Toyota's quality line of 1990 cars and trucks. Toyota, a heritage of reliability. Toyota, I love what you do for me.
First down and 10 at their own 42-yard line is where Alcorn has the ball for the 5th time, or make it the 4th time this afternoon. The last 2 times they've had it resulted in turnovers. McNair again, back to pass. Point of protection, complete on the far sideline, and he has it complete to Cedric Tillman. Kenny Primo defending for the Tigers of Jackson State. A gain of about 8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 2. The ball across the midfield stripe at the 49-yard line of Jackson State. Bain straight ahead for the 1st down. And he picked that ball out there kind of precariously, didn't he? Certainly did. He was still in the air, and somebody might have taken it away from him as Eric Elzey was in there to make the stop defensively.
Get a chance to see it again, what Charlie was talking about. There he is, being stood up there by one of the defensive linemen. He's stretching the ball out. Very easily one of the defenders could come by and pop the ball out for a fumble again.
Saw him coming, he brought it back in, I'll tell you. But it is a 1st down at the 45 of Jackson State. All day long, they could just seemingly hit the receivers at will as Torrance Small made the reception that time. Torrance Small came into the game with 37 receptions, 712 yards.
Here's a route, the outside receiver comes in, and Small, who's in the slot, does just a little O-cut to the outside. Good for 9 yards, a little better than 9 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and about a half a yard.
8 touchdown receptions coming in. And here's Jenkins. And Jenkins brought down by Manning, but not before he gets a 1st down to the 19-yard line of Jackson State. Jarvis Jenkins, his longest run this year was 49 yards. That one was good for 17.
Charlie, watch what the Beast Brothers does here to that defensive line. Just a gaping hole here. Almost a Terex Titan can get through it. And as a result, just a fine run by number 33, Jarvis Jenkins, for 1st down yardage inside the 20. We'll mark it to 19, 1st and 10.
And again, Gaines down to the 15-yard line. Calvin Gaines, senior, out of Woodville, Mississippi, Wilkerson City High. They beat Prairie View a week ago, 56-7, in a game in which they garnered 658 yards.
Plenty offense.
Like to save them some of those yards, though, wouldn't you? Here's Gaines again, stumbling close to the 10. He's at the 11.
This is the 3rd successive fine drive that the offensive unit for Alcorn has displayed. Last 2, again, as Charlie mentioned, resulted in turnovers. First one was an interception by Mike Wallace, and 2nd was a fumble recovery. Now they're again knocking on the doors of Jackson State's defense.
W.C. Gordon, 13th year.
Winningest coach in Jackson State's history.
Jenkins, you cannot get away from Pat Busby. Out of Clara High in Waynesboro, Mississippi. At 6'2", 227, a junior.
Well, lost about a yard. Here it is. You make the tackle. Good open field tackle by number 91, Busby. on a dangerous runner in Jarvis Jenkins.
And that was a 3rd and 2 to bring up a 4th down situation. They've got a number of kickers. Let's see who they bring on to do this one. The barefooted young man. Oh, no, this is not the barefooted young man. This is Kevin Coburn, senior out of Clarksdale, Mississippi. Here's a timeout on the field. And Alcorn will spend its first one of the first half. We'll be back.
The painting, Renoir. The vase, Ming. And the wine, Chateau Marmoset. One only.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Attempt by Kevin Coburn, senior out of Clarksdale, Mississippi. His longest this year, 27. He's 2 for 5. The 2 he made were against Abilene Christian and Grambling. Straight ahead kicker.
Conventional style.
It's straight.
You can count it.
And it is good. 3-0. The Braves take the lead with 10:44 remaining. So this is the first time that they've gone all the way down the field. They came away with something this time instead of turning the ball over. And we'll be back.
Hey, Eddie, didn't you bring your lunch? This is junior high. You don't bring your lunch. You buy your lunch. Yeah, I knew that. Do you want an apple juice? This is junior high. You don't drink apple juice. You drink orange juice.
Straight as an arrow. As it splits the uprights. And it's 3-0. Alcorn on top. As you look at Kevin Coburn, who was 3 for 6 in field goals this year, that 29-yarder was his longest. But he's going to be kicking to a very dangerous return man. Greg Harris, number 13, leading kickoff return man in the SWAC, averaging 24.5 yards per kickoff return. Had a 55-yarder against Southern. He picks it up at the 11. And he's stripped up just across the 30, and he stumbles to the 34.
Didn't wait for that block in the form, Charlie. He had a nice head of speed. Had he let one blocker get in front of him, he may still be off to the races.
And a 23-yard return by Greg Harris. The ball is being spotted right at the 35-yard line. 4th possession for Jackson. All of their drives have ended with a punt. They've driven no further than their own 45 tonight. First down and 10. They have it at the 35. Here's Johnson trying to go left. Still on his feet. Still breaking tackles. And he's across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. James Johnson. The last scoring recap. 8 plays, 46 yards, 445, and the 29-yard field goal by Coburn. And they had a big 17-yard run by Jarvis Jenkins along with that drive. With 10-11 remaining in the first half. Gregory back to pass on second down. Ron Lewis has it at midfield and has the first down at the 49-yard line. And the stop made by Gary Lewis, who draws coverage on the opponent's normally their top receiver.
Well, they go out of huddle this time.
Yeah, they're trying to move the ball down the field.
Here's the play again, just a little high, but again with a great vertical leaping ability by Lewis. He comes up with the reception for first down.
And the pitch to Johnson again, going left. And Johnson is down to the 45-yard line of Alcorn.
They again go without the huddle. This is something new. We haven't seen Jackson deploy this type of tactic thus far this year, but it's somewhat effective right now.
Solomon on the stop defensively. Now to bring up a 2nd and 5 for Jackson State.
Motion on Lewis.
Here's Johnson again, but he's struck down in the backfield. And a flag is down.
I'm sure if he declined, Lewis was just a little antsy. He should have just sat in there and listened to the snap count. Wide receiver not involved in the blocking scheme of things then, and just premature jumping off sides. I'm sure Alcorn will decline the penalty and will bring up 3rd and 5 rather than having 2nd down and 10.
Butler and Dave Abbott combined to make the stop. The junior out of Birmingham, Alabama is Abbott. Butler out of Cleveland, Mississippi. Paul Holly.
Illegal motion. Offense. Replay it down. 2nd down.
Oh, they're going to take the 5-yard penalty. Instead of having it 3rd and 5, they got 2nd and 10.
At the midfield. Gregory going to the air. Has plenty of time. He did have plenty of time. Now the heat is on. And the heat got him in the form of Sam Butler. That is his 9th sack of the year. Sam Butler at 268 pounds. That's what they list him as. He's more like 285.
I'd like for him to give me a dime for every pound he's under that. Here it is. Tim Barnett in the center. Didn't have time because the heat was applied, as Charlie mentioned. As a result, Gregory had to scramble. As we get a chance to see it again.
And an 8-yard loss on the sack. It'll be 3rd and 18.
Good move here. Escaping one man, but he couldn't get out of the grass with Butler.
Gregory has it complete to Lewis. Goes down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So not only does he pick up the 18, he picks up a couple of additional yards. No, they're going to mark it across the 40-yard line. So it's not a first down.
Alcorn has a man down. I don't see why. Maybe they're saying his knee was down.
That's his 3rd catch of the night. Let's see.
Maybe they're saying his knee was down. Yes, his right knee was down. He got up and tried to advance the ball. That would be good for professional ball, but not here in college.
And there's a timeout while they tend to the injured player. 7:52 remaining, first half, and Alcorn leading by a field goal. Lewis was the man shaken up on the play, but they're going to punt it away. That is, they're lined up to punt it away. We may see a fake. You never know. It's 4th and 2. Yep. They bring it back to McGray. And he angles it for the coffin corner on the left side. And gets...
It bounced back inbounds.
It bounced back inbounds at the 12-yard line. So they got down to the Alcorn 42-yard line, a 30-yard punt. And they punt once again. So Alcorn, which scored on a field goal of 29 yards the last time they had the ball, have it once again. First down and 10 at their own 12. And they run Gaines straight ahead for about a yard.
Ball is carried by Kevin Gaines.
To the 13. It'll be 2nd and 9. 7:15 the time remaining in the first half. Alcorn had 2 turnovers in this first half, both in the first quarter, an interception and a fumble, as they were driving in pretty good field position. In fact, their last one, that fumble came when they were at the Jackson 9-yard line. McNair back to pass it. Swings it out of the backfield. Busby came up to make the stop of Gerald Tillman. Now, Gerald Tillman, the man who caught that pass, is also the backup quarterback. We talked about McNair being a receiver. Here's Gerald Tillman. And as a receiver, that's his 4th reception of the year.
Bad technique there on Tillman. They tried to block tackle him, and as a result, just a good back. You can't block tackle him down, and finally you saw Busby coming up making a stop.
And Gerald, no relation to CC. Quarterback on the keeper that time, McNair. McNair, as a receiver last year, had 16 receptions. In fact, led the team in receiving the year ago.
I'll tell you what, he's just a terrific athlete, Charlie, but I think he likes the home better at quarterback than he does at wide receiver.
Well, I'll tell you, he does a great job at that quarterback spot.
Just a terrific arm, I'll tell you. Fine techniques as a quarterback.
2nd down and 9 at the 25. Intercepted, knocked down by Mike Wallace. Small was the intended receiver.
Get a chance to see it again and see a fine arm displayed.
Well, I don't know. He didn't get it in there.
No, he didn't. But just a fine arm. Just a good play here again by Mike Wallace. Could have been interference again on that call. Left leg sort of bumped into the receiver, Terrence Small, as he was closing for the interception.
Well, one of the things that's impressive so far is that Jackson came into the game, Len, with 47 quarterback sacks. They have yet to get to McNair tonight.
I'll tell you what, the Beef Boys are doing an outstanding job. Wallace again, great concentration.
Flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm sure. Dead ball foul. Just a great play by cornerback Mike Wallace, who just a play prior to this should have had another interception. He comes up and almost like a wide receiver. Here he is bumping, running. Intended receiver. There's the ball. Wallace tips it up, keeps his concentration. It's about to fall down, comes up with the ball. Just a terrific job. Starts advancing it up, back upfield. And here it is. There's the dead ball play.
Personal foul on offense. First down.
The intended receiver was Fernando Evans right there. Wallace, as you said, great concentration. He has 2 interceptions tonight, 5 on the year. Anthony Woods is the man who will be charged. There he is, charged with the personal foul.
Spearing.
And this gives Jackson great field position at the 13-yard line of Alcorn, the deepest penetration they have had tonight. The best so far is to the 42.
Charlie, football is a 3-phase operation, offense, defense, and special teams, and you look for each of those units to try and score. Gregory
throws incomplete. Too high for Ron Lewis, the intended receiver. Gary Lewis defending. Alex Robinson was in the backfield. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our halftime showtime at Sportsline. From our studios in Washington, D.C., George Johnson will update us. Plus, you'll see a battle of 2 great bands, the Alcorn Marching Band and the Sonic Boom of the South from Jackson State. Stay with us. 5:31 remaining first half. And Jackson State knocking on the door at the 13-yard line. They have a second down and 10. Here's Robinson with the ball, following the block, turning left. He should have went outside. He had a good block up there by James Leggett, pulling, and he cut it inside. He may have gotten a little more if he had danced outside a little bit. He moves it down inside the 10 to the 9. Gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Minutes and the clock moving, remaining in the first half.
They've got to hurry and get it off, else call timeout. They did call timeout.
Jackson calls a timeout with 4:52 remaining. They're first. Each team has 2 remaining.
And now it's time for today's Black Sports Trivia question, brought to you by Proline Comb Through Relaxer. How many times did Wilt Chamberlain lead the NBA in rebounding?
Third and 7 at the 9 for Jackson State. They have the ball.
Big down here.
Gregory sprinting right, throws. Incomplete over the head of the intended receiver. They're calling a flag. Ron Lewis was the intended receiver, but that didn't look like a catchable pass, Lem.
Certainly didn't. The ball was high and away. Looked like Sean is letting the ball float on him. His last attempt to Ron Lewis, the ball was high and away. Here's Lewis. Like a little flag pattern.
They're going to wave it off.
Post corner. Uncatchable.
They're waving the flag off. That was an uncatchable pass. And bring up 4th down, and WC is out on the field.
I know that call wasn't popular with the partisan fans here of Jackson State University. But again, as you mentioned, Charlie, the ball was uncatchable, and they waved the interference call off. So I'm sure an oncoming attempt at a field goal.
By Ike Ayoze, the young man from Nigeria, who's a grad school student in public administration. First year, a walk-on, never played football before. And now Jackson State will call a timeout. That's its 2nd. They just charged a timeout to Jackson State. According to our referee, Paul Holly. And he's coming over to talk to W.C. Gordon. Ayoze in the field goal department is 6 of 11. In fact, he kicked a pair of field goals against Northwestern Louisiana last week. 45 and 22 yards. He was 2 of 4 in that game. And this one, will come from about the 17 to be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Paul Holly and WC having quite a conversation down there. You'd like to be in that huddle, huh?
No, I wouldn't. There's a lot of smoke coming out of both of those mouths. I'm sure WC is still perhaps asking and questioning the penalty that they waved off. But again, as we could visually see, the ball was clearly uncatchable.
He's had a 45-yard field goal earlier this year. There's Theo Danzy on the opposite sideline.
Getting equal time.
Meanwhile, it looks like maybe they'll get this thing together here. 4:48 is the time remaining in the first half. A game that's gone pretty quickly so far.
Certainly has. Well, we got a little time. I'd like to say hello to Teresa and her parents down in Nashville, Tennessee, who's at Mahara Medical College. Her husband, who's on the team, is Coach Wagner.
And the field goal is good by Ayoze from 27 yards out. And it's all tied at 3 apiece with 4:44 remaining here in the first half. So Ayoze in the field goal department now 7 of 12. The 25-26 yard line, that's where they'll mark it. First down and 10. 4:38 remaining. And a man is a little shaken up for Alcorn. That's Derek Reed, reserve fullback. And he's ailing a little bit.
Looks like it's his left leg, left knee or something. Don't want to speculate at all. Trust the young man is okay.
Remind our viewers to join us for the action next week as Lim and I travel to Montgomery, Alabama for the Turkey Day Classic. It'll be the Hornets of Alabama State taking on the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. That's black college football next week right here on BET. And for the 3rd year in a row, BET has been involved with the Toyota Leadership Award Program. It's an award that's given to college athletes who've demonstrated excellence in both sports and academics. Not too long ago, had an opportunity to talk with George Borst from Toyota Motor Sales USA. George, we here at BET are once again proud to be involved with the Toyota Leadership Award Program. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, Charlie, I'm sure you can appreciate how hard it is to do well on the field and keep your grades up at the same time. After hours of practice, you've got to hit the books. And that takes an amazing amount of dedication.
And I'm sure it gets even worse at midterms and finals.
Oh, that's right. But some players go so far as to help out in their communities, too, taking the time to concentrate on others perhaps less fortunate than themselves. We at Toyota feel that this extra effort and good citizenship deserves special recognition. And that's what our Leadership Award is all about.
Well, some of last year's winners included Limas McDonald, a great linebacker from Alabama State, of course, James Darby from South Carolina State, and Alan Hooker of North Carolina A&T. How were these winners picked?
Well, each week, the faculty and coaching staffs of teams competing on BET will pick a player from each team who best captures that spirit of leadership. These individuals are then honored on the air by BET during the game.
And the schools get something out of it as well, don't they?
Oh, absolutely, Charlie. When a player gets selected, Toyota donates a $1,000 check in their player's name to their school's General Scholarship Fund. And if one of their players becomes Toyota's Leader of the Year, their school receives $10,000 at the end of the season.
So it's not really a cash reward to the individual player, but more or less rewarding them for their sacrifice.
That's right, Charlie, because the real payoff can't be measured in dollars. You know, we hope our winners will encourage other young people to work towards that same level of excellence, no matter what they do. So in the long run, everybody wins.
Well, sounds great, George, and thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you, Charlie.
Later in the game, Lim and I will announce the weekly winners from this game of the Toyota Leadership Award. 1st and 10 at the 26, Alcorn. McNair back to the air. And he has Torrance Small out there. He has it. Still on his feet and down to the 20-yard line. Making the 19 of Jackson State. 54 yards on the reception to Torrance Small. His longest this year was 74.
Tell you what, Charlie, they can strike quickly with the fine arm of Air McNair. Here it is, hitting Torrance Small. Torrance evades Primos, and alertly enough, C.J. Manning comes up with a touchdown-saving tackle inside the 20 mark at the 19. Well, they'll have it 1st and 10.
Here's a high pitch. Here is Jenkins. And a first down at the 8-yard line. It'll be first and goal as C.J. Manning and Primos ran him out of bounds.
Charlie, just great ball control. It's a great pitch, and it's something they work on. It looked on the initial offset that it was going to be just a fumble. But watch this. He throws it up high enough.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be a fumble. I thought he was going to be tackled.
Okay, here it is,
right
up high enough where Jarvis can run underneath it. Jenkins.
I thought Pat Busby was going to eat his lunch there for a moment, and he got rid of it just in time. 8 carries, 49 yards for Jarvis Jenkins.
First and goal
at the 8. And the pass, foot small.
Great job by Wallace.
And Mike Wallace was covering that time.
Mike 60-minute Wallace. Great job. He's played an outstanding game here in the first half.
2 interceptions.
3 minutes, 54 seconds to go. Here it is. This is the pattern all defensive backs should be alert for in goal line situations and scoring territory. Is the fade. It's the most popular pass thrown, not only in high school and college, but as well as in the pros.
Coming into the game, Jackson had allowed only 7 points in the first quarter. They hadn't given up tonight.
He's got a chance to run it in. Now he does it. Now he does.
Down to the 2. How he got through that, I'll never know.
He closed his eyes. That's how he got through it.
That's what you call improvising.
He's a headsy quarterback, Charlie, and I tell you what helps to aid his running ability, as you mentioned and told the audience already. Last year, he led the team in receptions as a wide receiver.
Anthony Woods, the senior tackle out of Pass Christian, Mississippi. There's a young man leading the charge, blocking offensively.
That's close to me down on the coast also, yes.
It is third and goal at the 2 for Alcorn. They lead, I should say it's all tied at 3. They led 3-0. High formation, third down.
Big play here for Alcorn.
He throws it. Incomplete.
Oh, interference call now by the backfield judge.
Primos was covering Torrance Small. 2 referees were there.
Here it is. Again, you got to look for that fade. There it is. It's already.
Yep, that's interference.
Yes, had his right hand locked all around.
He did. He sure did.
Who, me? Yes, you.
Got to give him a first down. Half the distance to the goal line at the 1. Not a first down. Maybe not. I'm sorry.
It may be still third down over again. Wait to see what the official ruled, but here it is.
Let's listen to Paul Holly.
Interference. Defense. First down.
It'll be first down. First and goal at the 1. With 3 minutes to go. First half. Alcorn at the 1 with 4 chances to kick it in.
Primos had good coverage then. He just didn't play both the quarterback and the receiver. He played the receiver all the way, and all of a sudden when the receiver tried to catch it, he put his arms around him.
Small is the man in motion. It's Gaines.
No touchdown yet.
I thought he got in and then it was pushed back. I thought the ball had broken the plane, but it'll be second down.
This is where character must show here for the defense.
They're fired up. Darrell Taylor, Roderick Moore, Elsie, and Busby up
Here's
front.
CJ in there also, number 24, the safety. There's Busby. Good job there by the...
That's C.J. Manning.
Yes,
that's where I thought the ball crossed the plane and they pulled him back. Willie Montgomery's in there at 301 pounds, number 94. Right over the center.
5 yards back.
Illegal motion.
Yes,
the right guard move.
On the offense, that'll be 5 yards back.
Harper, I believe, was the man guilty, number 78.
Or is this tense situations or what?
2:14 is the time remaining.
Here it is again.
Right
there he is. Boy, was
Head ball. Illegal procedure. Offense. Still second down.
And it'll be back outside the 5.
He looked like he was in a 40-yard dash race and the way he shot off the line.
He was a second-team all-conference player a year ago. James Harper, that's the young man that we talked about that is about 284 pounds. And you look at that stat there. First in rushing offense against the second team in rushing defense. Second down and goal. Gaines is carrying people back to the original line of scrimmage.
At least 3.
He weighs 235.
That's a load.
5'10".
He's a load, a little fire plug. Great job there. Kept his knees pumping. Had two defenders on him and drug him back, as Charlie mentioned, to the original line of scrimmage. Ball is right at the 1-yard line, where it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Here it is again. Here it is again. Good gaping hole there. Look at him. C.J. Manning, a little high there on the tackle. Finally, Busby comes over to assist in the tackle.
It's war.
It's real war.
3rd and goal. Again.
Gaines.
Touchdown. Alcorn State, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
Here it is again. Watch the blocking. Offense ought to beat the defense to the charge then. Only man up at the line of scrimmage trying to resist Gaines from getting in was C.J. Manning, and outweighs him at least about 30 or 40 pounds. A man is down for Jackson.
A 54-yard pass to Small, and a defensive pass interference penalty against Jackson State has allowed Alcorn to take a 9-3 lead with 1:15 remaining. Kenny Primos is the man shaken up in the end zone. You can call it wiggle, call it jiggle, call it anything you want, but you'll never call it dull, and you'll never forget it once you've seen it. It's Toyota's halftime showtime. That's C.J. Manning, actually, featuring the J-Sets of Jackson State, the Sonic Boom of the South, along with the Alcorn State Marching Band and the Golden Girls. C.J. Manning there was the man shaken up, not Primos.
Yeah, Primos had the interference penalty on him.
Officially, that was a 55-yard pass to Small. And now for the point after is Coburn, who in that department has missed 10 this year. He's 25 of 35, so this has not been automatic in that department as they try to make it a 7-point lead. But a good drive. 74-yard drive, to be exact.
They've had some outstanding drives, some very convincing drives. Again,
every time they've had the ball, they've driven. They just self-destructed a couple times. This one is up and good. And it's 10-3 with 1:15 remaining. They cap a 74-yard drive. Gaines the 1-yard run, aided by a 55-yard pass to Small.
Now I had the time of my life.
Hello, I'm Henry H. Brown, Vice President, Anheuser-Busch Incorporated. On behalf of the entire Budweiser family, we once again bring greetings and congratulations to all of the supporters and participants on today's BET Game of the Week. Anheuser-Busch, BET, and our black colleges and universities have maintained a tradition of quality and of being the best. And as befits that tradition, we are proud to join in partnership in recognizing the MVP football player on each team in today's exciting game. For that honor, a scholarship contribution and an appropriate award will be presented in each player's name. Budweiser will continue to sponsor and bring this exciting game action into your home each week of the season, because for all you do, this Bud's for you. Thank you very much, and please enjoy the game.
1:15, the time remaining. Alcorn has just taken a 10-3 lead. Coburn set to kick it off. Squibb kicks it, and it goes out of bounds. They'll be penalized, and they'll have to kick it again. You know, the ironic thing, you talk about Jackson State, Lem, coming into the game with a 7-3 record. They have not beaten a team that has a winning record this year.
That's amazing, isn't it?
As you look at the recap of that last drive, 7 plays, 74 yards, 3:29 off the clock, and as I mentioned, the 55-yard pass to Small, the big play of the drive, and the 1-yard run by Gaines, his 3rd touchdown rushing this year. PAT was good by Coburn, and it's 10-3.
Jackson takes the ball where it went out of bounds.
Well, they have the choice.
Yes.
So they're going to take it instead of
re-kicking
it. They say we want the ball with 1:15 remaining.
5 wide receivers, 5 eligibles.
On the own 38. Incomplete. Hit the ground. Intended for Barnett.
Alcorn is...
The clock will stop with the incompleted pass.
Alcorn's deploying prevent defense. They got their nickel, dime, quarter, 50 cents, maybe $1 package. But
they may have $5.
Yeah, everybody's playing deep. Yes. They don't even want referees behind them here.
Gregory again.
Jimmy Smith.
And he has it to Smith on the far side. First down. And he goes out of bounds to stop the clock. With 1:03 remaining. First down and 10 at the 49, their own 49-yard line.
Overthrows Smitty.
Incomplete. And the quarterback was roughed up a little bit in the backfield by the linebacker, or the defensive end, Vincent Carter, rather, senior out of Louisville, Mississippi, Louisville High. Gregory paid the price that time, even though he got the ball away. Under a minute to go, 58 seconds, and it'll be second down. But more importantly, they're 51 yards away from the end zone. Or at least they'd like to get in position to at least let Yossi attempt a field goal. Gregory sacked. And it's Carter again. He just missed getting to him the last down. This time he does. And the loss is all the way back to the 42-yard line, a 7-yard loss.
Here's a linebacker that's real sweet. He's got 2 sweet towels, one on the right, one on the left. He should as bad as he is. Here he is again applying pressure and coming up with the sack on Sean Gregory. Number 53, Carter.
Came into the game with 9.5 sacks, Carter did. Gregory again in trouble, and he's sacked again. This time by Sam Butler, who had 8 sacks coming in, and he has 2 tonight. And it's 13 seconds remaining, and the clock continues to run. Actually, they may never get this play off.
Don't need to kick it at all.
No, they turned it over on downs. They turned it over on downs. That was a 4th down play. That's the end of the first half. They go to the locker room. The Braves on top. We'll be back.
Alcorn State, that lead at 10-3. Now remember, you're going to come back to the studios here in our Black Entertainment Television studios as we will update you with a couple scores, bring you up to date with the MEAC standings. But before that, we want to go to halftime showtime because the bands are ready to rock and roll back in Mississippi.
Thank you very much, George. We're at halftime now. The sounds of dynamite. The Alcorn State University Marching Band under the direction of Sam Griffin and Tim Chambers. The band has grown both in numbers and popularity during the past few years. It's a 201-member aggregation consisting of 164 instruments, 4 drum majors, a 20-member flag corps, a feature twirler, and 12 young ladies who make up the renowned and ever-popular Golden Girls. Let's enjoy the Alcorn State University Sounds of Dynamite Marching Band. sounds of Dynamite from the Alcorn State University Marching Band. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. And we'll be taking you back to our studios with George Johnson.
Welcome back to our Black Entertainment Television studios. George Johnson here as we're going to bring you first half highlights. Now, let me tell you something. The SWAC title was sort of up for grabs, but Grambling sort of settled that earlier today as they knock off Southern 44-30. So Alcorn now has to settle for second place. The band was out there. They were excited. They thought they were going to have a chance to go into first place in the SWAC, but with Grambling winning it, now they have to settle for second place. Let's pick up action, as you'll see right there. That was an excellent catch right there by the wide receiver, Torrance Small. It's over my shoulders. Hope you get a chance to see it kind of small. Then the wide receiver right there almost wishes he had that one as that pass was intercepted by Mike Wallace. Then, coming back down, the Braves defense held. McNair would find Fernando Evans for his 9th catch of the year. Alcorn State had a first down. But this second drive, it stalls with a turnover. McNair would fumble the snap from center. Jarvis Jenkins would go 17 yards on this play right here. That, of course, is the draw trap. It would get him all the way down inside the 20-yard line. But then they would go on and capitalize. 29-yard field goal coming here from Kevin Colburn. It's good. Alcorn State finally gets on the board. They take a 3-0 lead. Then we've got a nice interception play right here. It'd be a bobbling interception by Mike 60 Minutes Wallace, as I've been told as his name is. He makes the catch. He'll go back downfield. It was his 5th of the season. Jackson State works their way downfield. Ike Ayosi with a 24-yard field goal. That tied the game at 3 apiece. Here's where the big plays came, though. 55-yard pass reception. McNair finds Torrance Small. Torrance Small would get down inside the 20-yard line. He could have broke this one and gone all the way if he had gotten by that tackle right there. They'd move the ball after a pass interference, Calvin Gaines would go in his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, and Alcorn State, as it stands right now, has the 10-3 lead. And as I said before, they can't win the SWAC title. Grambling has it. But let's move on to the MEAC title, where that's already been established already, as Howard University took on Del State. Now, even though Del State has won the title, they lose to Howard today by the score of 19-14. The Bison got a 50-yard touchdown from Donald Carr. But then, of course, the Buffalo Soldier defense is what came up with the win right there, as they held Delaware State without a touchdown. Under 2 minutes left, Del State had driven to the 8-yard line. We've got the standings for you in a second, and what we're going to do is we are going to show you that Del State, overall-wise, is in second place behind Howard University. At 8-3, the Bison are. Del State is 7-4, but as I told you, Del State has already won the MEAC. They are 5-1. Howard is 4-2 in conference play. They're followed by Florida A&M, North Carolina A&T, South Carolina State, Bethune-Cookman, and Morgan. Next week, Florida A&M will play Bethune-Cookman. That'll be in Tampa. That'll be the last MEAC conference game. And I also have to let you know real quickly that the Howard University soccer team is in the playoffs. In Division I soccer championship play, the Bison take on SMU tomorrow. That'll be in Dallas. Well, it's halftime showtime, and the other band is standing by. Jackson State ready to rock and roll. Let's go back to the stadium for that.
All right, George. Congratulations to Steve Wilson and the Howard University Bison on a fine year. In his first year, he's got to be the leading candidate for the MEAC Coach of the Year. The Jackson State University Marching Band on the field right now under the direction of Mr. Dow Taylor. They're called the Sonic Boom of the South. Associate Director, Edward Duplessis. Associate Director, Paul I. Adams and Byron Gregory. And Jimmy James is the voice of the Sonic Boom of the South, along with the J-Sex. Let's enjoy the Jackson State University Sonic Boom of the South. fireworks, not only on the football field between the two teams, fireworks at halftime between the two bands. Always when these two get together, right?
Of course, you know, it's always just a tenacious showing.
When you talk about the first half, 10-3 is the score, Alcorn on top. And when you look at the statistics, 231 yards to 77 yards in favor of Alcorn State. What do you look for Jackson State to have to do in the second half? They're not out of the ball game, but Alcorn has made the mistakes in the first half so far.
By no means are they out of the ball game, Charlie. Again, we have to look at the offense producing some type of thrust, some type of consistency. Sean Gregory has had some time tonight. However, he's had a lot of pressure on him, but he's thrown a few over the outstretched hands of receivers. And again, the defenses have to get back into the ball game. They've kept Darian Corners pretty much at bay. The Beast brothers are doing an outstanding job.
Okay, where's the beef? They're up front for Alcorn.
Yes,
and we'll be back with the second half in a moment. Halftime showtime, and Toyota Sportsline has been brought to you by your Toyota dealer and your Toyota's quality line of 1990 cars and trucks. Toyota, heritage reliability. Toyota, I love what you do for me. Jackson State for delay of game because the band stayed on the field a little bit too long. And this kickoff will come from the 45-yard line. The second half kickoff sponsored by Florida Citrus Growers for uniquely satisfying refreshment. Reach for Florida grapefruit juice. There's Coburn with the ball on the tee. He has the 29-yard field goal for the Braves of Alcorn. Greg Harris will be the man back deep to receive the kick. And as we mentioned earlier, he's the leading kickoff return man in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, averaging just over 24 yards per return. He's had a 55-yarder this year, and that occurred against Southern University on homecoming here. And with the penalty being assessed against Jackson State, we may see this one go into the end zone. Here's Coburn. Well, it's fielded at the 5 by Harris. Out across the 25 to the 30-yard line, and that's where Jackson State will go to work. First down and 10 at their own 35. Jackson managed only 77 total yards in the first half, 23 rushing and 54 passing.
That's a great defensive stand for the Braves of Alcorn first half.
Gregory was 5 of 12 passing for 54 yards. McNair 10 of 14. And he was not sacked. Gregory was sacked 3 times in the first half. This one is complete to Ron Harris. Ron Lewis. Lewis had 3 receptions in the first half for 33 yards. And this one is about a yard shy of a first down at the 39-yard line. Second half just getting underway here. Johnson, the second back in the eye, behind the quarterback, Gregory. He is the first man through, and that's Jimmy Hall, who has a first down to the 45-yard line. As we look at the first half stats, you see the passing, 10 of 14 for 141 yards, 5 of 12 for 54 yards. Total yards, 231 to 77. Conversions, 1 of 4 for the Braves, 1 of 7 for Alcorn. But Alcorn threw 2 interceptions. Jackson unable to capitalize. They turned the ball over 3 times. That's more probably than they did in any
wide
game
open,
this year.
Barnett.
Overthrown. He was out there. Howard Robinson was covering. They have a linebacker on a receiver, but Robinson really is a converted receiver himself, so he has some speed at 193 pounds out of Fort Worth, Texas.
They just want football players, Charlie. They just want to line them up
Well, he's
anywhere.
moved all around.
Yes.
In 87, Robinson played defense. Last year he played receiver. Now he's back on defense.
Linebacker. They just want football players.
Sean Gregory running the offense for W.C. Gordon.
Fumble. But luckily just batted right back in his hand. A mis-exchange snap from quarterback and center, but alertly enough, ball popped back into Sean Gregory's hand right at the line of scrimmage. Here it is again. Boom.
Yep. I tell you, actually, Big 98 there had his hand on it, Dave Abbott, but he didn't control it. The sack to Butler, his third of the night.
Tell you, the defense for Alcorn just played ominous defense all evening. They put a lot of pressure, as you can see it again, on Jackson State's quarterback, Sean Gregory. He was holding that ball a little precariously then. It almost was a fumble. Get a chance to see Ron Lewis wide open here. But again, he didn't have a chance to peep upfield. No, it's hard to complete him off your back. Way on the punt. McNair.
Best punt of the night. And running it back is Deion Taylor, fourth leading punt return man in the SWAC. 44-yard punt for Fred McNair before Campbell drove him out of bounds.
Occasionally, through the sands of time, there emerge designs which are viewed as more than evolutionary. Introducing the revolutionary 1990 Toyota Celica.
Rough going, but you haven't gone alone.
We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
Be all that you can.
Hey, First Sergeant. Good morning.
Find your future in the Army. Reach out and take it.
Would you like to meet some of America's hottest and most interesting singles? Then call 1-900-234-4BET and meet exciting singles. Just pick up the phone and call Soul Singles.
1-900-234-4BET. $2 for the first minute, $1 each additional minute.
Singles all across America are waiting to make a connection with you.
To unlock your body's potential, we proudly offer Soloflex. 24 old-fashioned iron pumping exercises, each correct in form and balance. All on a simple machine that fits in the corner of your home. For a free brochure, call anytime.
First and 10 at their own 33. The Braves of Alcorn with the ball for the first time in the second half.
Started off with a running play again. There he is, the workhorse pretty much. Jenkins, Jarvis Jenkins of the first half. He's starting off where he left off. He picked up about 2. They'll call it 2nd and 8. The ball's on the 35-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down and 8. McNair going to the air once again. Has a man out there, but he overthrows him. That's small. And Connor was the man covering. Connor's had a lot of experience as a young man who's redshirted this year, tight end. Well, Coach Gordon told me at practice yesterday, he kind of eats Connor for lunch each and every day in practice. He's not even playing. And this is where Connor gets the experience covering receivers downfield. We've seen him. This is the third time this year, and he's done a good job of keeping up with the fast guys.
I'll tell you what, the way you practice is normally dictating the way you're going to play it. If you cover fast guys in practice, it makes your job much easier once you get to game time.
McNair, again, Small has it, has a first down into Jackson territory at the 47-yard line. So Small, another reception for him.
Get a chance to see it again. Here he is in the slot. He's just running an over pattern, and look who's carrying it. Covering Connors again. Connors makes the tackle.
Some people you can't keep up with. You just hope you're there.
That's the truth.
Put out the fire.
That's the truth.
You can't do nothing to prevent it.
Had he gotten a little help then from the inside safety, it may have been a different situation. But he hit him good on the post pattern. Good enough for first down yardage.
Small has 5 receptions for 99 yards. Here's Jenkins cutting inside and diving to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 7 before Derek Young made the stop.
Alcorn seemingly all evening have had a chance to run this option at will, and it's gained valuable yardage each time. Toss from McNair out to Jenkins. Jenkins picks up about 7 yards. We'll call it second down and 3. Ball's at the 40-yard line.
McNair decides he's going to run it. Has some blocking. Runs out of bounds at the 21-yard line. First down and 10. Jackson State. 21-yard line. Alcorn has it, first and 10 with 10-11 left in the third quarter. Here's the young man who leads the conference in total offense. He has run this year, coming into the game for 173 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Good job here by Aaron McNair.
19 yards, just 2 shy of his longest run for the year, which was 21.
Play action pass.
Throws it back across the green. Has it complete. Small touchdown. He dove into the end zone from the 2.
Goes cabbage patch once he gets there.
21 yards on the pass and catch.
Here we go again. I tell you, just a fine arm by Aaron McNair. I don't think Small was the intended receiver, the primary receiver, but he had chance, no pressure at all. Looks back, there's a missed tackle by CJ, and going airborne himself is Small for the touchdown.
63-yard drive. Small with 2 big catches in that drive. The point after by Coburn is good, and it's 17-3 with 10:01 left here in the third quarter. 9th touchdown reception this year for Torrance Small.
Daddy, smell my flowers.
Oh, my sinuses. When sinus trouble strikes, reach for Nazatine. Watch as they...
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
I really can't stay.
But baby, it's cold outside.
I gotta go away.
But baby, it's cold outside.
At 35 degrees below zero, this is conventional motor oil. But Mobil 1 still flows freely to protect vital engine parts faster.
I simply must go.
The answer is no.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Get Mobil 1 and beat the cold.
I'm talking cold.
The painting, Renoir. The vase, Ming. And the wine, Chateau Marmoset. One only...
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer. They keep going and going.
Much effort at all, Charlie. He looks to a secondary receiver and Small. Watch this. Can't see it from that angle, but just an outstanding job, a great effort of getting the ball into the end zone as he gets in and celebrates with the cabbage patch.
That's what Fred McNair has done in the SWAC. Clemente Gordon, the young man from Grambling, as you heard earlier, Grambling has clinched the SWAC title. They beat Southern University today. Clemente Gordon led them this year, and McNair's led Alcorn. Here's Harris from the 6. Behind the wall of blockers out to the 30. 33-yard line. 9:50 left here in the third quarter. That last drive, 67 yards on 6 plays, 2:05 off the clock. Small with a couple of big catches, including the touchdown reception of 21 yards. The PAT was good. And it's 17-3. Alcorn has not won a game this year. I should say Jackson has not won a game in which they have given up 20 or more points. And they're 3 away from doing that. Gregory on the keeper. He's run a long way, but he gained about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, again, I think that offensive line is going to have to give Sean Gregory some time as well as protection for him to be as creative and innovative as he is. Strong arm, but again, he's been pressured all night, sacked a couple of times, 5 times I think to be exact. And again, he finds himself scrambling for his life as he picks up 6 yards. The clock has it as 2nd and 4.
Gregory wants to go to the air this time.
Smitty
throws and has it complete on the near sideline to Jimmy Smith across midfield to the 48-yard line of Alcorn. Jimmy Smith with 16 receptions this year.
They have fine cores of receivers, Charlie, but again, if he has time, watch. He's got time now. There's virtually no pressure being applied now on Sean Gregory. Smitty on the sideline, dancing pretty good.
15 yards on the reception and a 1st down at the 47 is where they mark it of Alcorn. From the eye they work. They cut it back with Alex Robinson, sophomore out of Brookhaven, Mississippi. We've seen them run all of their backs tonight with the exception of Barry Dixon.
Yes, the 6 horsemen of Jackson State, like the 4 horsemen of Notre Dame. Fine
Coming
tackle.
up to make the stop, Howard Robinson.
Good open field one-on-one tackle.
And it's 2nd down. Well, there's something wrong here. Oh, 2nd and 1. Thought it was 2nd and 10. I saw the chains had moved on the far side. And a 1st down and a flag. They got the 1st down. Now let's see what the penalty marker is all about. It was Jimmy Hall on the carry. Out of Dallas, Texas, the sophomore.
With a face mask or holding.
Paul Holly is the referee, and he'll let us know what it's all about.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards. Replay.
10-yard penalty.
No, it is 2nd and 10. Did you have a premonition?
2nd and 11, actually.
The student playing in jail? Female person.
8:15 left third quarter. 17-3. Alcorn out in front. Back to pass is Gregory. Steps up. Still in trouble, but gets out of there. At the 40, 35, and falls down at the 31-yard line and gains the 1st down. Sean Gregory. And they mark it at the 31.
Just a nifty bit of running here. Again, he's had to scramble for his life virtually every time he's dropped back to pass tonight. Here he's scrambling for valuable yardage. Ball is just shy of the 30-yard line, marked at the 31 of Alcorn. 1st and 10 for Jackson.
17-yard run by Gregory. Back to pass. Jimmy Smith is out there, has it inside the 20, still on his feet, and knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Jackson State. Jimmy Smith, out of Callaway High, local kid from Jackson, Mississippi.
I played with his father. His father's a homeboy of mine from Gulfport. Here is good route, took him in, brought it back out, a little flag route, shakes one defender here, keeps the ball moving toward the end zone. Just a great job by this young man, Jimmy Smith.
22.
1st and goal.
22 yards on the reception. And that's what Jimmy Smith has done tonight. And they cut it back with Alex Robinson, and he loses about a yard to the 9. It'll be 2nd and goal. On the ground this year, Alcorn has only allowed 11 rushing touchdowns. They have not allowed any the last 2 ball games.
By way of pass?
Any rushing touchdown.
At all. Jackson got to put it in the air.
2 of 3 of the last 4 games. This one in the air. Touchdown. Darren Easterling, the tight end, his 4th touchdown reception of the year.
Jackson's most convincing drive all game, coming now with 6 minutes and 40 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Most convincing drive all evening. Great display of balance, air, as well as ground attack by this young man, number 1, who scrambled for valuable yardage himself to keep drive alive. Coming up, culminating this drive with a nice toss to the tight end Easterling for the score.
And for Sean Gregory, that is his 16th touchdown pass of the year. And there's an injured player for Jackson on the field. We'll be back in a moment for the PAT. The young man shaken up. Doesn't look good. Senior out of Louisville, Mississippi, being helped off, but he helped them with that 67-yard drive as Alcorn scored on a 67-yard drive. Jackson State said, well, if you can do it, we can too. They had to do something.
Yes,
it's 17-9 and on for the point after. Ike Iozzi, who has not missed the PAT this year, he is 42 for 42, a school record for consecutive extra points. He broke the old mark of 28 set by Vernon Perry in 1975, and now he is 43 for 43. We'll be back. Times that Alcorn has had the ball, they have scored. The one time that they didn't, it was a turnover, an interception, and they were driving then, and they were still in their own territory. Alcorn 2nd in total offense. Jackson 3rd in total defense. 1st down and 10. The up man in the eye. And McNair keeps it and takes it out to the 22, a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
That's the shortest amount of yardage they've gained on this option tonight. McNair has been directing just a terrific ground as well as air attack. We know about his fine arm as well as his scrambling ability. Being a converted offensive player from wide receiver last year to quarterback this year, I think, Charlie, as I mentioned earlier, he's found a home.
Alcorn amassed 558 yards against Prairie View a week ago. This man, McNair, had a great game. He has a completion, this time to Cedric Tillman, the sophomore from Gulfport, Mississippi, but he was really knocked down by Connor and Warren Miller, number 18 there. Miller, senior out of Louisville, Mississippi.
Get a shot of it again. Again, the Beast brothers have been doing an excellent job of keeping this potent Tiger defensive line out of the backfield and putting extra pressure on quarterback Fred McNair. But here he comes up, finding a receiver for 1st down yardage, and again making a stop. Darian Connor along with Miller.
And here's Jenkins, still on his feet. C.J. Manning made the stop, but not before he carried him to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Alcorn.
Alcorn is showing a very high-powered offense tonight, featuring this young man, Jarvis Jenkins, who's ranked 3rd in the SWAC in all-purpose yardage. Catches the ball well coming out of the backfield, and we know about his running ability. This one covered 15 yards for a 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
Talking about a balanced attack, Alcorn came into the game with 216 yards rushing, 227 passing. They averaged 45 running plays and 26 passing plays. And McNair goes to the air. Long, incomplete.
60-minute man.
He was going for his 3rd of the night.
He was going for a touchdown, more importantly, Charlie. I think he was trying to get in gear to be on the right foot to take it down the right sideline.
Well, McNair pump fake. And that's what caused it. If he'd have thrown it when he first, you watch.
It would have been a completion.
It would have been a completion. Now watch here. See, if he'd have thrown it then.
It allowed the defensive back an extra yard to cover.
It certainly did. It allowed Mike Wallace a chance to get into position. And he was not far from pay dirt if he'd have held on.
Certainly wasn't. That was almost a chance for his 4th interception. He's got 2 already tonight.
Young man out of Monticello High in Silver Creek, Mississippi. The 60-minute man, Mike Wallace. 2nd and 10. Alcorn. Oh, just overthrew him. Wrong shoulder. Small was the intended receiver. If he'd have whipped his head around,
nobody, right, it would have been 6, Charlie. Nobody even close to him but the officials, and as we know, the officials aren't paid to make tackles and knock down passes. Let's get a chance to see the breakdown in coverage. Had to be a breakdown in coverage. Here it is. It's a zone coverage.
Mike Wallace.
Here's Mike Wallace. He's going for the sideline, and he should have stayed deep.
But the quarterback did a good job of reading Mike Wallace being on the outside and throwing it back to the inside.
Indeed he did. Again, as you mentioned, Charlie, Small did not whip that neck around to locate the ball soon enough. Had he did, it would have been an easy score.
3rd and 10. Down the middle, complete for 1st down and still on his feet to the 39-yard line. It's Darn Small, TD Small they call him. Coming into the game, every 4.6 receptions,
he takes it to the end zone.
Was for a touchdown. But he hasn't done that tonight, but he sure has racked up a lot of yards on receptions.
Here he is. Almost looks like a zone, a combination coverage. Small beat the defender.
Although he may be, because he has a touchdown. And he has 7 receptions for 143 yards.
So he's still on track.
Still on track. Now Jackson State spends a timeout. They're first of the 2nd half, and we'll take one with 4:19 left, 3rd quarter.
Good timeout call.
Yard line for the Braves of Alcorn. This drive for them started at their own 20. They scored the last time they had the ball on an 80-yard drive. And now on the option, back to Jenkins. Running room inside the 25. Flag is down. Maybe holding, and it may be against Anthony Woods, 71.
Good eyes. Great eyes, Charlie. The older you get, the better your sight becomes.
Or clipping, actually. Watch number 71.
Clipping or either illegal, a block below the waist.
There it is.
There it is right there.
That's number 71.
Yes.
And that's Anthony Woods.
Goes against Jock on the personage of Jock Jackson. You know, you thought that you look at the offensive score that they made last time. Good convincing drive. You thought the defense would be in there fired up and come up with a turnover.
Pippin, offense, replay.
And they mark the ball back to the 45-yard line. You know, Gladys Knight, along with David Peaston and Carl Strong, are in town in Jackson tonight. City Auditorium, BT and JMI. I'd like to invite all the Jackson people to go see it. We're going to go see if we can catch the show after it.
I guess you guys are. Wide open to Smalls again.
And he makes a great catch at the 15-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10. Alcorn, I'll tell you, he's only, well, you'd say 6'3". They list him. He doesn't look like he's that tall.
No, he doesn't look like he's 6'3" at all. I think that's padded for the scouts.
But he's from Tampa, Florida, and he's just a sophomore.
Here it is.
He's going to give a lot of SWAC coaches headaches the next 2 years.
Again, Mike Wallace playing it a little too soft there. A little too soft. Had he had a chance to locate it, he may have had a chance to bat it down. And this young man, Charlie, not just because he's here and he's my nephew, but he reminds me a great deal of Slick Barney.
They played at Alcorn.
At Alcorn, number 1, a scrappy receiver.
Here's Jenkins cutting it back against the grain, and it gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Play looked like it was sort of off-centered on the start of it. Didn't develop as well, but barely getting back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe even losing a yard.
Roderick Moore was one of the men on the stop, along with Anthony Palmer. It'll be 2nd and 10. They passed on just about every 2nd down and just missed Small in the end zone for a touchdown.
Small, I'm sure, is mad. He thought he was in position to even catch it, even though it was a very low toss. Get a chance to see Small's route here.
And look at the time that he has to throw it.
Plus, it's a broken pattern. See, Small had ran a curl pattern there. Now he sees his quarterback in trouble. Now he scrambles out like any great wide receiver should. It's catchable, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he just dropped that.
Yeah, yes. Maybe the light guy
see them drop that.
No. He's got great hands. Look, it's just right through the hands. He tried to catch
C.J. Manning is saying, thank goodness. Third and 10.
Ooh, first heat all night. First. Oh, it may be a fumble, too. Or they're going to call the grass. They may call it a fumble, Charlie.
They may say the ground can't cause it. Let's see.
It's going to be a questionable call here by the officials. Because he looked like he almost lateraled the ball up just before Jock Jackson put him on the turf for a sack. Let's see it again. You make the call at home. If you were the official, how would you rule it? Here's the pressure now being applied by Darian Connor. Darian put the first heat all night. Watch.
Oh, yeah.
What do you call it?
Well, it may be intentional grounding. That's what they're calling it. Because he did try to throw the ball. That's an intentional grounding.
Will it be Jackson State's ball first and 10?
That was third down.
Well,
lost it down, make it fourth down. Plus
about 20-some yards, 5, 10, 15 yards, and losses. 20 yards.
Linebacker head.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Lost it down.
Fourth down. So the ball is back to the 35-yard line. And it is a fourth down.
Defense come up with a very timely play then. Great call. A blitz was called. They applied the pressure.
They're going to go for it on fourth down at the 35-yard line.
2:25 remaining in this, the third quarter. Jackson trailing Alcorn 17-10.
One time tonight they've gotten to Torrance Small.
First time.
And they're coming again. Knocked down by Mike Wallace at the last moment.
What a ball game this man has played all night tonight, Charlie. Just a great play here. He's got one-on-one coverage, Charlie. Everybody's matched up one-on-one. It's a blitz. McNair wants Terrence Small all the way. Just a fine close here again by Mike Wallace.
And the thing is, when you're out there all alone with a guy like Torrance Small.
Oh, yeah, you're shaking in your boots or your shoes or whatever you're wearing. But they turn
knowing
it over
that they're
on
going to
down.
go through.
Yes.
Go to him, right?
Turn it over on down. Jackson's got it in relatively fine field position at their own 35-yard line. First and 10.
Gregory. Deep drop. Nobody out there.
Yes. Tim Barnett.
A little bit too far for him, though, for Barnett. Deion Taylor out of Jackson, Mississippi's Callaway High covering. A lot of these young men played together in high school.
Now they find themselves
Alcorn, like 80, 90 miles down the road.
Is that all it is?
Gregory, 9 of 18, 108 yards in the passing department. Is that all it is?
Is that all it is?
Try driving it.
You better fill up 3 times before you get there.
Don't run out of gas, I'll tell you.
We're only kidding. We're only kidding.
We're not. I've been there. Jimmy Smith, out of bounds. Two minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's a 17-10 ball game, and here's Jimmy Smith working against Jerry Lewis, who lets him go.
Ball floats a little high on him. He could have just planted his feet right there and just stretched out, like you see some of the great wide receivers do. It would have been an outstanding catch.
Real outstanding. I don't think Kareem would have caught that one.
Kareem would have wheeled on his shoulders.
Third and 10. And the catch.
Easterling.
By Darren Easterling, the tight end, for first down across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
He's come up with 2 good catches so far tonight.
Senior out of McGee, Mississippi.
1 for a touchdown. Here's his second one. Big third down play here. A little high again, but he comes up with the catch, knowing he's going to get hit. Held on to it for first down yardage. Passing his order today again. He's got room to scramble.
But couldn't scramble too far because Sam Butler was there to stop him.
A little improvising there by Gregory. Again, you have to credit this scramble to great coverage downfield in the secondary. Good drops by the linebackers. Linebackers are impressing me as well, taking great depth in their drops. 5-yard scramble pickup, bring up 2nd and 5. Ball is in Alcorn's 47-yard line.
Under a minute to go, 3rd quarter. And it's caught by Smith at the 35 for another first down. Jimmy Smith has had a big game tonight as a receiver. He came into the game with only 14 receptions.
Here he's working on the best man for Alcorn, Gary Lewis. Gary's trying to play him inside. A little handover action as receivers are taught today. Curl pattern, good for the 1st and 10. Ball's at the 35-yard line of the Braves.
He has 4 receptions for 60 yards. 25 seconds remaining, 3rd quarter.
Look like an audible being called now by Gregory.
And Barnett still on his feet at the 15.
He's getting in, Charlie! Oh, what a run!
35-yard catch and run.
What a run!
1 point away from tying it. For Tim Barnett, his 8th touchdown reception of the year.
It is, Charlie, culminating with a 35-yard throw and catch as well as run. Here it is, 2 missed tackles. Just a great defiant run by this young man, Tim Barnett. Knotted up at 17.
And the point after is good, and Ayoze has yet to miss this year. He is 44 for 44 in that department. And it's all tied at 17 with 11 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. What a play.
Again, Charlie, I don't want to say it too quick. I got foot and mouth disease on homecoming, but I can somewhat sense a comeback here. There it is, a little high again. 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles, a nice juke move on number 37, and Timmy gets it into the end zone to draw him with 1 point. Yoda comes up with a kick, point at the touchdown. It's all knotted at 17.
Jimmy Thomas was the last man that had a shot at him, and he had the sideline working for him and still couldn't do anything with Barnett. Barnett out of Gunnison, Mississippi. 7th leading receiver in the SWAC, came into the game with 31 receptions, and every 4th catch he's made has been in the end zone.
You talk about Ayoze's perfect PAT.
That was only his second.
Yeah.
He's
well on track,
down.
yes.
On the return is Taylor to the 30-yard line as Ayoze converted the PAT.
Charlie, you mentioned Ayoze not missing a PAT all year. He reminds me of a young man that I played with during my years at Jackson State, James Toe Hartfield, who's worked with the kickers over the years at Jackson State. And I'd like to say hello to his mother, Mrs. Hartfield, who sent us a lot of pies over at Jackson State as well as cake. Hi, Mama Hartfield. Hope you're feeling well, dear.
At the 30-yard line. Alcorn with the ball. And they run Jarvis Jenkins straight ahead to about the 37-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3 when we come back. That's the end of the 3rd quarter from Jackson Memorial Stadium in Jackson, Mississippi, where it's all tied at 17 apiece.
How many total?
Stadium, Jackson, Mississippi. Glad you could join us for this one. 4th and final quarter. First play. It is 2nd and 4 for Alcorn at their own 37-yard line. McNair to pass, has a complete far sideline, and stepping out of bounds for first down is Fernando Evans. As you look at the last drive, 65 yards, 2:07 off the clock, 35-yard touchdown pass to Barnett. The PAT was good. Jackson trail in this game.
3-0.
3-0. 17-3, and they've come back and scored 14 unanswered points. Jackson as we look at what happened in the third quarter. The disparaging halftime stats. Look at what Jackson State has come back to do in the third quarter. 145 yards. They've held the ball almost 2 minutes longer than Alcorn. Alcorn with a first down at the 44. Incomplete on the near side. Again intended for Torrance Small.
Air just has all the time he needs to not only throw off primary receivers, secondary and third-dairy receivers. He still had a chance to look for a fourth-dairy receiver then. Just fine blocking again. I just can't overemphasize the great protection that's been provided to Air McNair by the Beef brothers, averaging 259 pounds per man.
Here's going to the air once again, and it's caught by Torrance Small. Charlie Ford on the stop, and it's a first down.
Here's Terrence running an individual route here. Good isolation on him. Breaks it out. Ball's right there on time. Almost as soon as he whips his neck around, the ball is right on the spot. Good timing throw by Air McNair.
In the third quarter, 5 for 10. That was McNair. 17 of 27 for the game for McNair. On the passing. Gaines carrying that time. Gonna bring up a second down. Second and about 8 at the 39-yard line. 13-10 remaining. Incomplete. A little mix-up between Evans and the quarterback. Evans kept going downfield. McNair from the pass apparently expecting him to run it out.
Here it is again, as you mentioned, Charlie. Evans is continuing on like a fly pattern, a takeoff, a streak, or a bomb. And the ball was thrown in an area of an outcut or a sideline pattern. Brings up now. Third down and 8. Could be a big down for the defense for State. Blitz.
Knocked away by Primos.
Almost.
You know, one of the things that Jackson State has done this year, they blitz a lot.
Yes.
And how they've gotten burned a lot on pass defense is that one-on-one coverage. And if the blitz doesn't get to the quarterback, as they've only gotten to McNair once tonight, they normally can complete the pass. And Primos just got the neck around in time.
Certainly did. He saw it through his peripheral vision, too. He almost burned a hole right in his earplug there.
Primos, a senior out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. So, a punt tonight for Coburn. Averaging 39.6, second leading player in the SWAC. High, good hang time. Good kick, goes out of bounds around the 9-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it. First down and 10 with 12:45 the time remaining here in the ball game. All tied with 12:45 left in the ball game. First down and 10. Jackson State, it's all tied at 17. They have scored last 2 times they've had the ball on drives of 67 and 65 yards. But nothing happening that time.
Nothing at all. It seemed like Alcorn was in Jackson State's huddle then.
They certainly were.
Maybe a loss of a yard or 2 then.
As Staten was the man on the carry. Freshman out of Shibuya, Mississippi, who started the ball game along with James Johnson. A whole lot of people up there with white jerseys led by Benny Goods. Second and 10. Play action. And falling down was Jamie Hall. coming out of the backfield. That's who the pass was intended for, and he just got his feet a little tangled up. 5'8", 215-pound sophomore out of Dallas, Texas.
He either got his feet tangled up or Harvey, that invisible man, tackled him.
Came up out of the grass and grabbed him.
Big down here. They can ill afford to turn it over down in this area, so I don't think that they'll be trying to employ anything fancy. Just basic football in this area. Slot to the left. Goes Lewis and Barnett. High formation.
Incomplete. Off the hands of Jimmy Hall, who fell down the last time. So the clock stops on the incompleted pass, but it'll bring up a 4th down situation.
McNair will need to hit a real winning conference punt here. Backed up about 5 yards deep in Jackson State's own end zone.
Only the second time in the second half that Jackson has punted. There's Fred McRae. Leading punter in the conference from his own end zone. It's a good one. Taylor driven all the way back to the 44, trying to retreat and get some room. Gets a block.
In trouble.
And slides at the 45. That was a late flag. I thought it might have been a clip. He got the block, but I never saw a flag. It finally came out after the 45-yard punt. The flag was late, but it was a good one.
McRae hit a fine one out of the end zone, right around his average. Here goes the clip right here, possibly. Boom.
That's it.
There's a clip.
And that's going to bring it back. BET Sports is proud to present the Toyota Leadership Award winners for today's game.
Pippin on the receiving team. First down.
As you know, the Leadership Award not only recognizes athletic talent, but applauds the student athlete scholarship and community service as well. And for Alcorn State, the tight end Chris Perkins, a senior majoring in pre-med with a 2.89 grade point average. He's from Hazelhurst, Mississippi. And for the Jackson State Tigers, a young man named Lee Holloway, who's from Biloxi, Mississippi. Parents now living in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And he will graduate next month in December with a 2.9 grade point average in business. Congratulations to both of those young men. The Toyota Leadership Award is sponsored by your Toyota dealer and Toyota's quality line of 1990 cars and trucks. Toyota, a heritage of reliability. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And $1,000 in those young men's name will go to their respective schools' General Scholarship Fund. Here's Jarvis Jenkins.
Holloway very deserving there, as you mentioned, will graduate this year. Homeboy of mine, as you mentioned, also a fraternity brother of mine, and it was made right here on the yard of Delta at Jackson State University. Yo to the newts around the world.
Say what?
Yo to the newts around the world. You know I like to say that, Chad.
You know I like to say something against him.
I know. We're going to make you a Kappa.
I wonder if Sam Jones is listening.
Yes, he is.
And here's McNair on the keeper, first down. Across the 30 to about the 34-yard line.
Defensively, Jackson just hasn't played that option too well tonight.
McNair has rushed for 49 yards on 11 carries so far tonight.
Here it is again.
Came into the game with 173 yards rushing. Back to pass, McNair.
Got a lot of time. He had a lot of time.
Too much time. But when you have that much time, that means the secondary has done a great job downfield.
Great coverage.
You have that much time, and you still can't get it off. I mean, he stood back there a good 5 seconds.
He did, Charlie. This is categorized as a cover sack. Here it is. Secondary, third dairy, fourth. Now the heat is finally applied. Here's the cover. Get a chance to see the coverage. One-on-one here. Wallace. One-on-one also. Linebacker Darian Connor. He's covering a dangerous man in Terrence Small. But again, credited with the great coverage downfield in the secondary. Brings up a second down at about 21. Screen.
He has it.
He's got a lot of people out front.
Gaines has it.
A lot of room.
Gaines is across the 40. Midfield and down the Jackson State 48-yard line. 1st and 10. And Charlie Ford finally made the stop.
What a big play. A great timely call. A screen play. 27 yards covering on the screen reception. Here it is. Good play action fake by Air McNair. A lot of people in there. Great job by the offensive line of selling them on a pass. Dumps it out to the big fella in the flats and down the sideline for about 47 yards. 1st and 10. Ball inside Jackson State territory at their 49, 48-yard line. 1st and 10.
9-10 left in the ball game.
Oh.
And oh, what a hit. They tried the end around with Tillman, Gerald Tillman, the backup quarterback, but C.J. Manning said, we'll have none of this.
Best way they played the option all night. I just got through saying they haven't played the option too well tonight. The best way they played it all night. Here it is. Good force man, good field man, and good contain man. And here's C.J. Manning up for the open field one-on-one tackle. Right at the line of scrimmage, it brings up a 2nd down and 10.
8:30 left in the ball game. Again, back to pass. Kind of a dangerous pass. He threw it in the middle of the field, but with nothing but blue jerseys around it.
Certainly was.
3rd down. The closest man was Bernard Blackman.
Related to Dexter?
No.
We went through that last night. I didn't need it.
It's a 3rd and 10 facing the Braves of Alcorn with 8:24 remaining at the 48-yard line of Jackson.
Late heat.
And they got it complete for a 1st down to Small. And I'll tell you, you're right. Pat Busby just missed getting to the quarterback before he got rid of the ball. Watch the right side of your screen.
2 big plays in a row on 3rd down.
Number 91.
The Alcorn. There he is. Busby just getting there after the ball is released. Boy, this man has had a brilliant night. Terrence Small.
And he was working against Charlie Ford this time. Ford just getting in the ball game, a freshman. He's going to learn a lesson quickly. That was another incomplete.
And out of hands of Ford.
Ford came close.
In out of hands of Ford right now. Young man Terrence Small has 11 receptions, totaling 176 yards. That's a season for a lot of receivers.
Certainly is.
But again, Air McNair comes up with a very timely play in crucial 3rd down situations. First one, 47-yard screen, and this one.
You talk about a season. Small only caught 15 passes all last year.
He's 11 in tonight's game.
He's got a season tonight.
That's the truth.
2nd down. Incomplete.
Wisely.
Yes, that's just a throwaway.
Yes, sir.
And look who's in there playing a receiver. Gerald Tillman, the backup quarterback.
Backup quarterback. I tell you, they've got a lot of great athletes, Charlie. They can play a lot of positions. I'm sure like Theo Danzy, all he wants are football players. If you're a football player, you got the heart, the believability, and you got an open mind for willingness to learn. I'll play you anywhere.
.805 remaining.
3rd down situation again. The last 2 times they were confronted with 3rd downs.
Come on with big plays.
Yes, sir.
But it's 3rd and 10. Connor came this time. They picked him up.
Great play by Ford. Outstanding play.
We were talking about the fact the freshman just coming in there, and he may be faced with a big dilemma, but he came up with a great big defensive play on 3rd down that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down situation. Now, the last time they were in this position, they went for it. But this time, I think they're going to kick it away.
Here it is. Just great play. No interference at all. He was confident that he can get there. Great close.
Now they're going for a field goal, 50-yard field goal attempt by Coburn. His longest this year is 29.
29, and that's tonight's.
27 he had, well, that's right, tonight.
29 yards tonight. I wouldn't trust this.
From the right hash mark.
Trust it.
It's long enough.
Trust it.
It's good. 50 yards.
Trust it. What a field goal. That's got to cover the longest field goal of the conference this year, huh? Theo had confidence.
And Coburn.
Is he a happy camper?
Clarksville, Mississippi. His longest punt was 54.
You're reaching deep inside you.
No goal like that.
I tell you.
I know a lot of teams would sign him right now.
In the morning.
He's a straight-ahead kicker. You don't see them too much, conventional kickers anymore. And it goes out of bounds.
Free kick.
They'll probably take this one. They won't.
Yeah.
They'll take this penalty. They won't decline this one.
This will be a re-kick ball.
The score is 20-17. Alcorn by 3. 2 field goals by Coburn has done the job for them. The last one from 50 yards out, Kevin Coburn. He had a 29-yarder to make it 3-0. Then the Ziozzi matched it with a 27-yarder. Gains a 1-yard run made it 10-3. McNair, a pass of 21 yards to Small, 17-3 Alcorn. Then in the third quarter, Jackson State's offense came alive. Gregory, a 9-yard pass to Easterling, and then a 35-yard pass to Barnett. Tied the score at 17-all with 11 seconds left in the third quarter. And the only score here in the fourth quarter was that 50-yard field goal by Coburn, capping that 38-yard drive you just saw. And 20-17 is where we stand with 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining.
A lot of fireworks thus far in the ball game, Chaz, and with now 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, I'm sure there'll be more.
At the 6-yard line, Harris to the 30.
He's had great returns all evening. This may have been one of his shortest returns, but he's brought the ball back up after ensuing kickoff in relatively fine field position for the Tigers of JSU, Greg Harris. There's a little look of intensity on his face there.
First and 10. Gregory. Throws. Knocked away. That was Darryl Solomon, the only closest man to get his hand on the ball.
Good pressure applied by the up-front men of the Braves of Alcorn. Second and 10. New receiver comes into the ball game. Barnett out.
Back to pass is Gregory. And he's got it caught to Jimmy Smith. Complete to Jimmy Smith. His 5th reception of the night.
15 yards on the pass throw catch from Sean Gregory to Jimmy Smith.
You know, they only lose as far as receivers. Ron Lewis, the senior. Jimmy Smith is a sophomore. Barnett, a junior. They have another kid named Reggie McGee, just a sophomore. Darren Easterling they lose, a senior tight end. But they have Curtis Taylor and this elder young man we talked about earlier. This one complete.
Easterling again.
To the tight end, Darren Easterling. To the 48-yard line. Gain of about 7. Second and 3.
Well, this shows what can happen once a quarterback gets time to throw. He's not hurried at all. He doesn't have to squeeze his shoreman. He can look at his intended receiver, his primary receiver, and release it with a lot of accuracy. Great throw, great catch.
Ron Lewis came into the game needing 55 yards to move into second place and the single season receiving yards behind Willie Richardson, and a first down on the carry by James Johnson. And he has 42 yards, so he needs 13 to move into second place. He already has broken the record set by Harold Jackson of 56 receptions in a season. He came into the game with 59. And that record was set back in 1966 by Harold Jackson.
0-0.
And his career stats are 1,907 yards on 115 receptions.
And speaking of Harold Jackson, we congratulate him on being inducted and to be enshrined into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame this year.
And Gregory on the scramble to the 32-yard line, 33, about a half a yard shy of a first down. They're looking. They may measure. Nope, they're saying first down. He has it. 5:57 remaining.
Blitz. Holding.
Gregory throws it. Interference? No.
Holding.
And a flag.
And Sean Gregory is down. He's getting up awfully slow, Charlie.
Well, he'll be all right. They were intended for Jimmy Smith down the field.
Smitty's being covered here by number 34. Good route here. Ball just a little late getting there.
And it's Deion Taylor, I believe, 27, that comes over and pops him. No, 37. That came over and popped him, and that was Jimmy Thomas. Meanwhile, as we listen to Paul Holly.
Face mask. Offense. Replay it down.
Offensive face mask. They took up a collection here in the stands, as a lot of our football fans know. Chucky Mullins, the fine young player from Ole Miss, was injured and has been paralyzed from the neck down. And they've taken up a collection for the Chucky Mullins Fund. And if you want to contribute to the Chucky Mullins Fund, there's the address, Post Office Box 249, and we'll give it to you. This one's incomplete to Jimmy Hall. He's dropped 2. The Chucky Mullins Fund, Post Office Box 249, University, Mississippi 38677. They took up a collection in the stands in the second quarter here, and we'd like to add our get well wishes to Chucky Mullins.
Certainly will. Hang in there, big guy.
Roy Lee Chucky Mullins, defensive back, redshirt freshman from the University of Mississippi, who was injured in a football game earlier this year. It is second down and 25 with 5:41 remaining in the contest at the 48-yard line for the Jackson State Tigers. They're 48 yards away from the end zone. Gregory throws. Jimmy Smith is out there, intercepted. And this is Deion Taylor and his 5th interception of the year, and a flag will be tacked on for face mask.
Charlie, you know, you was talking about the amount of yardage that Ron Lewis needs to move up in the set. Lewis hadn't been in the series the last few downs. I wonder if he's injured. Here it is. The ball just overthrown
here. Jimmy Smith in there quite a bit.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why.
Ball is clearly overthrown, intended for Smitty. And Smitty, I think, gets the face mask. Well, it really wasn't a face mask, but it was tackling up around the head.
Unless they charge it against number 6, McGee.
Deion Taylor.
First turnover of the night by Jackson State. Alcorn has 3.
Some of the partisan faithfulness started the great exodus.
With 5:32 remaining.
Dead ball. Late hit.
That's what it was
on
on
the blue
McGee.
team. First down.
So the interception.
Here it is. It didn't seem to be that flagrant. Yeah, here it is. McGee. No, he didn't even hit him. He tried to avoid him. Oh, just the degree of difficulty as far as blocking out the official. He thought he hit him.
the option. McNair keeps the ball. 5:22 the time remaining. Jackson defending. 5:16 left. Clock continuing to run. 20-17 is the score. Now the question is, can Alcorn hold on to the ball long enough to run out the clock?
Or can the defense come up with a timely turnover?
They had a big lift with that last field goal by Coburn of 50 yards, his longest of the year. Previous long was 29, and that was earlier in the game.
That's the longest of his life. Jackson and Connors teaming to make the stop.
And it's 3rd and 12 as he's stopped back at the 25-yard line. But they've come up with some big 3rd down plays earlier.
Indeed, Charlie. That's what's really kept the drive alive. And as we know, 3rd downs are possession downs. And as you can complete a lot of the 3rd down yards, you'll have possession of the ball more times than your opponent.
3rd and 12 at the 25. The clock still running down to 4:17. McNair back to pass with pressure. Incomplete. No flag. And Charlie Ford that time covering Cedric Tillman. You know, Jackson State, we talked about it earlier, has not beaten a team this year, Lem, with a winning record. Their combined, the teams that they have beaten has a combined winning record of 21-45-3, which equals a 32%. The teams they lost to have a combined record of 24-6-1, which is 79%.
Well, that explains it.
You've got to beat the teams that have the winning records. I mean, it's not bad. You don't want to lose to the teams that have
not at all
losing records, but you want to beat them, the teams with winning records also. Greg Harris, great punt back to the 30 and out to the 35-yard line after a 45-yard punt, 5-yard return, and the tackle made by Darryl Solomon, rather. We'll be back.
They were in 4-down territories, trailing by 3 points with 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining.
Here's Jimmy Hall down to the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, 2nd and 5. We talked about the seniors from Alcorn. Let's look at the Jackson State seniors. They're going to lose Tim Brown. They're going to lose Richard Wright. There's some other people. Greg Harris. They're going to lose Kenny Primo, Warren Miller, Lee Holloway, the running back, John Mingo, Mike Wallace, the starter, Darian Connor, Jock Jackson. They will have Derek Young back, Ron Lewis, and his brother, who's his twin brother, Don Lewis, who doesn't see a lot of playing time. Here's a pass out of the backfield, and that is Alex Robinson for a 1st down. Robinson to the 40-yard line.
They're moving it down in territory for McRae. What's McRae's longest field goal of the year?
McRae's longest field goal of the year, I believe, Lem is well, he doesn't kick field goals. It's Ayoze.
I mean, what's Ayoze's longest field goal?
45.
45 yards. So they're moving it down in Ayoze's territory now. Need to get it inside the 30, around the 30.
It looked like somebody moved prematurely, but no flags are down.
Oh, here's a good run. Here's a good run.
His feet, cuts it back, and he's down to the 16-yard line.
First down
and 10 with 1:48 to go.
Clock stops. Big run there by Sean Gregory on a scramble. Good improvisation here. Credit this with a lot of heat as well as great coverage in the secondary.
This Alcorn team, as good as they've played defensively tonight, last year had the #1 defense in the nation. They only gave up 99 yards rushing and 114 passing a game.
Think hold on to ball here. No turnovers, no unnecessary penalties, and try and get it into the end zone. If not, let's line it up for Ayoze on the field goal.
Alex Robinson brought down by Benny Goods.
Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, or maybe a yard lost.
Team's leading tackler out of Port Gibson High in Port Gibson, Mississippi.
City too beautiful to burn, Harold Liggins.
Now again, remember, Alcorn has not allowed a rushing touchdown in 3 of their last 4 games.
55, 53 seconds.
Under a minute.
Jackson's moving very methodical. Look like they may be just going for the tie.
They may have to go to the air. Here's Grady.
Easterling wide open.
Almost intercepted.
Easterling wide open on an over pattern. Almost intercepted by this young man, Gary Lewis.
He had a chance.
You can't see the whole field now, but over to the left of this was Easterling, who was wide open.
Theo Danzy. He's saying, there he is.
Is he into it? Is he? Oh, my man. Is he into it? Is he into it?
I remember when Cassim did that once, but we felt the whole thing.
No. Big down here, third down. Need 10. Oh, no.
Knocked down.
That pass hasn't worked all day.
Fourth down. This is it. Now, do you go for the field goal for the tie? I think so.
It is. Number 54.
Stewart.
Big Stewart.
They're going for the tie. Remember, Ayoze has kicked a field goal already this year.
Timeout is now being called by Alcorn.
Ayoze has already kicked a 27-yarder this tonight. His longest is 45. This will be a 33-yard field goal attempt. Next week, Lim and I travel to Montgomery, Alabama for the Turkey Day Classic. The Hornets of Alabama State will be at the Crampton Bowl. Yeah, this is the Crampton Bowl.
Montgomery, yes.
They take on the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee Institute right here on BET. You'll see that game next Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. 38 seconds is the time remaining in this one, which has been a good one.
Certainly has.
28-17. Like to thank all the people who've made it a very enjoyable trip to Jackson, Mississippi.
Who is that, Charlie?
Wavy Dave.
Wavy Dave. Another Pratt. Yo, Dave. Yo, Dave.
Ayoze, the biggest field goal of the year for him. 33-yard field goal attempt.
This is a big field goal attempt, Charlie.
Robert Johnson is holding.
Good snap, good hold.
It's good.
Count it.
And it's tied at 20.
Clock is still running, which it shouldn't. 3 seconds ran off the clock. Well, this is like kissing your sister if it ends in a tie, but hey.
They've only tied in all of the years that they've played one time.
This is almost like kissing your sister, but I guess Coach Gardner right now says, sis, fuck her up, huh?
27, 15, and 1 is a series record. And they've only, like I said, had one tie. And that was in 1966. It ended 25-25.
I know about that.
You played in that.
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, we were glad to get out of Alcorn with that kiss as well. Coach Theo Danzy. He's talking to the official now, saying 3 seconds ran off the clock. Certainly did.
30 seconds remaining.
What do you do here if you're McRae or the special teams coach?
Well, you don't want them to run it back.
You try to squib it as deep as you can.
Maybe. Well, you don't want an onside kick.
No.
But you do squib it.
Yeah. Squib it beyond the line of this first interior men of blockers. And hope one of the men in the middle sort of bobble it.
That is Gerald Tillman, the backup quarterback.
Clock doesn't start until the ball touches someone's hand. Or touches someone's person.
I tell you, tell most of this crowd, one point there, they looked like they would give it up.
Did squib it. Did just what happened. He really knee hit the ground, but the official didn't call it.
24 seconds. Well, what did we say at the outset, Lem? They mirror each other.
It's
How
almost
thick
like
is
that
the mirror
now.
going to be?
Yes.
Very thick, because
here it is. Watch. Knee on the ground. See it?
Because
the older I get, the better my vision is getting. Huh?
They are all tied at 20 apiece. Sean Harness was the man who returned that one. 24 seconds on the clock. The ball is at the 37-yard line. As you look at that 10-play, 48-yard drive and the 33-yard field goal by Ayozi. They're not going to run it.
Bet your life on a pass by the air, man. Here's the end around reverse pass. Oh, fumble! Jackson! Oh, what a bubble play! Ayozi, get your foot ready! Listen at the partisan crowd. Are they happy? Are they happy?
And I just said I don't think they would run it. Why?
It wasn't a run, Charlie. I bet it was going to be an end-around reverse pass. Watch McNair as he gets in position. It wasn't looked into the hands here by Terrence Small. He was going to lateral the ball back to McNair, who was going to air it out downfield. Comes up with a fumble. Jackson State recovers, and they've got an opportunity. The recovery was made by Allen.
Marquette Allen. There he is. They got a message from
Dr.
the athletic director of Jackson State.
We're proud of our football program here at Jackson State University. We know what it's like to be successful. We have a number of positive things going for us. During the last decade, we have won our conference championship 7 times, participated in the NCAA playoffs 7 times, and led the nation in 1AA attendance during the last 5 years. Our athletes have a graduating rate higher than that of the general student body, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and other conferences with Division I programs. This does not surprise us here at Jackson State University. Our football program plays a significant role in helping the university fulfill its mission. We believe that this program provides the necessary experiences that will enable our young people to adjust to their environment and justify their existence by making significant contributions to society.
Darren Easterling on the reception. Down to the 14-yard line. 10 seconds left. Ayozi, a 32-yard field goal attempt just moments ago. In fact, 20 seconds ago, to be exact, he kicked one from 33 yards out. Now he can win it for the Jackson State Tigers. They can make it 5 straight over the praise of Alcorn. If not, it'll end in a tie for all practical purposes.
Snap down, good hold. Count it! Count it!
6 seconds left. 24 seconds separated Ayozi's 2 field goals.
What a ball game. A penalty flag is down. Jackson State has too many men on the field. Too much celebrating. Yes. Too much celebrating. It'll be a 15-yard unsportsmanlike contact penalty. But I know Gordon don't mind it right now. Being on top now, 23-20 over Alcorn.
4 mistakes. The 4th one by Alcorn. That fumble by Torrance Small, who just had a whale of a ball game.
In fact, we're nominating him as the most valuable player for the Alcorn Braves.
But the most valuable player for Jackson
Ayozi is the most valuable player for Jackson State as we see it.
He has kicked 3 field goals tonight of 27, 33, and 32 yards. Last 2 coming 24 seconds apart.
Clutch field goals too, Charlie, I might add. The one to tie it was the real clutch one.
23-20 the score. Jackson leading with 6 seconds remaining in this one.
What did this show the importance of special teams, huh?
And the thing about it was, Alcorn had kicked one for 50 yards to make it a 2017 ball game.
By Coburn, you're right.
Ike Ayozi, a young man who had never played football until this year, a walk-on from Imo, Nigeria, who's in grad school. 3 field goals tonight. He came into tonight's game with 6 of 11 in the field goal department. His longest had been 45. He has 3 tonight. And this is McNair to kick it off.
Should be the last play of this ball game.
Unless they run it back.
He was on a knee again. I know it. Referee saw it this time.
But the clock is down to 3 seconds. Now, did they get the clock stopped in time?
I should be a little more partial, right? I can't help it. Red, white, and blue still runs in my veins, Frank.
That was Jancy Finkley, who went down to one knee on the return. And they're rocking on the Jackson side of the field. Theo Danzy, though, has done a fine job.
Now here's the play now for Jackson State. They can ill afford to have a defensive penalty, especially deep downfield, because of Coburn, an explosive leg coming up with a 50-yard field goal of the night. They came across the country in covered wagons tonight to attend this ball game.
Well, the clock on the scoreboard says 0-0, but that's wrong. They're trying to put 6 seconds.
If he fair caught the kickoff, yes,
well, he would have had to catch it.
I know it,
down
I'm
to
just saying. Head man is asking for 6 seconds again because virtually when he touched the ball,
they've got it back.
His knee was on the ground, and that nullifies the clock from starting.
Running, right?
Correct. Jackson has 3 men rushing.
Aired out.
Going to Mike Wallace.
Almost intercepted downfield, and that's it.
It is.
The game is over as the ball is finally batted down at the end by Carl Tart.
Yes, number 42.
Third defensive back, and it ends with Jackson State 23-20 over the Braves of Alcorn. And what a battle it was. And we'll be back to wrap things up from Jackson, Mississippi in just a moment. Final score. And it's Jackson State winning it, Lim, and for the first time this year, they beat a team that scored 20 points
and had a winning record.
one that had a winning record. And at the end of each game, we present the Budweiser Most Valuable Players. And the most valuable player for today's game for Alcorn State, Torrance Small, 9 receptions, 192 yards, and a touchdown. And of course, for Jackson State, it has to go to the field goal kicker, Ike Ayozi, who kicked 2 field goals in the last 30 seconds, 24 seconds apart, of 33 and 32 yards, plus a 27-yarder in the second quarter, plus a couple of extra points for 11 points of the 23 points that Jackson State put on the board tonight. Congratulations to both of those gentlemen. $500 will be awarded to the school's general scholarship fund in those players' name. Congratulations once again to both of our Budweiser Most Valuable Players. And a good game, and finally a win for you, Lim.
Yeah, I'll take it for it too. Especially here in Jackson. The last time he was here was homecoming, and Jackson was riding high, had 28 straight consecutive conference games going and wins. National television, it was homecoming, and Southern came in and just outplayed him. But thanks to Pee Wee Lee and Frank Rose is the reason why we lost homecoming.
Well, that's it. The final from Jackson, Mississippi, 23-20, and the Tigers of Jackson State beat the Braves of Alcorn here in Jackson, Mississippi. Well, Lim Barney, the entire BET Sports staff, Charlie Neal saying so long. We'll see.